Hi, this is Holly. Welcome to the Claremont House Bed and Breakfast Kitchen. I'm working on one of my favorite desserts, a really fantastic carrot cake, and it's going to be topped with a luscious cream cheese icing. It's really not at all easy to make because cakes aren't, and if you are not up for making cakes, then just buy a box cake. They are becoming, I used to really be against them, but now I'm starting to come around to the way of thinking because I have a little baby and it is pretty hard to find time to make a cake from scratch. I still think that's the best, but if you don't have time, get a box. Today I'm using bread flour. I'm going for a denser cake. I also sometimes like to use white flour and whole wheat flour, just half and half. It makes for a slightly healthier dessert. I do that with cookies all the time and I love it. Really love it. Now I like to use some light brown sugar and white sugar. I usually mix them about equal parts. I really enjoy the dark coloring that the brown sugar provides, and it's just fun. Right. Just love that big hunk of brown sugar. I don't know if you can see that very well. But I just takes the Now I've just got the white sugar. I'm going to add some white sugar to the brown sugar that I've already measured. Got my shredded carrots, peeled and shredded carrots, looking good there. I have some bread flour sifted with the baking powder and baking soda and salt, and a little bit of cinnamon. That cinnamon has sprinkled itself all throughout, so I know when I was sifting my dry ingredients that I got a really good clean mixture. Everything is mixed together, so when I'm baking this cake, all that leavening agent will work together to make a uniform, wonderful cake. Use about equal parts oil, applesauce, and honey nut cream cheese. This is where it gets a little bit exciting. You've probably never put cream cheese in your batter before, but it's got fat and it's got some moisture and it has a nice flavor. That honey nut is a really great complement to all these traditional spice flavors that you have in carrot cake. So why not? Now we come to the really exciting part. We're going to use some honey nut Philadelphia cream cheese. This will be really delicious. And it's got all the flavors that we want in our carrot cake, so it's a perfect match. And to really get it nice and incorporated, I'm going to go ahead and put it into this bowl and mix it with my applesauce and oil so that when I'm pouring it in with my eggs, it's got a smooth consistency and it doesn't have to beat it up too much. Oh wow, this is really tasty. I love this cream cheese. It's already got some sugar in it and got the flavor with the honey and the pecans. Yum. Alright. Just gonna pour it in there with the oil and applesauce. We have beaten our eggs and we've made them just a little bit lighter in color and made sure everything's all mixed together. We're gonna go ahead and add our oil and applesauce and cream cheese mixture. Just pour that directly in. So now we have our eggs all beat up, we have our oil mixed in with our applesauce and our cream cheese. So we want to go ahead and add our brown sugar and our white sugar. And I'm going to go ahead and add my flour mixture, just 1 cup at a time. Let it get integrated in there as I mix. And sometimes when I'm pressed on time, I go ahead and buy the pre-chopped nuts. You can use pecans or walnuts. I'm using hazelnuts because that's what I have. I have to go ahead and mix my carrots and my nuts together. This is so good. Just folding it together, trying to get those carrots evenly distributed. Have our batter all mixed together, from the sugar and eggs and oil, the cream cheese, the honey nut cream cheese, carrots, hazelnuts, applesauce. This is such a fantastic cake. It's really a lot of fun if you have a chance to make it. It's not easy, but it's fun. If you're pressed for time, then just use the box cake, and you can substitute some of that oil. You can use applesauce, or if you're feeling adventurous, you can use your honey nut cream cheese like I did. So we're gonna grab our pans. We've already greased and floured the pans. Pour that in there, put it in our preheated oven, and just wait 20 minutes, and we'll have some gorgeous cake. And while it's baking, we're gonna make the cream cheese icing that is so yummy. It really makes this cake. And you can have your butter at room temperature, but again, you want your cream cheese to be a little bit cold. So just take it fresh out of the refrigerator, and you'll be all set. We're gonna go ahead and open these up. Put them in our mixing bowl. I'm also going to use some powdered sugar, and I'll use my sifter to sift up that powdered sugar so that I can get any lumps out, and that'll give me a smoother icing. You don't really need to beat this very long. That's one of the lovely things about cream cheese icing. It's really quick. And when you add this to your mixture, you want to do it a little bit at a time, or else you will have a cloud of powdered sugar, just like that. Can't tell you how many times I've managed to cover myself or my friends and neighbors when I was. So we've just finished sifting our powdered sugar. I'm going to grab my vanilla and go ahead and pour 2 teaspoons of vanilla into my cream. Turn it off and put a few cups in at a time. Just make sure you're turning this on to a low speed so that it doesn't create too much. Oof. Really easy, just some cream cheese and butter and powdered sugar with a little vanilla. Makes for this really beautiful icing that's going to go great on this carrot cake that we made. I'm going to put my hair up and start icing. Nice thick layer of icing in between the cakes. I love this. I really do love cream cheese icing. I put it on practically every cake I make. Totally 100% my favorite icing. Love it. It's so creamy and tangy, and it's not overly sweet. I'm not a big overly sweet fan. There's a lot of icings out there that are super duper sweet, and they could just knock you over, really. Put you in a sugar coma just like that. Alright, so we've got a nice big layer there. Grab this other cake. Let's put that one on top. Beautiful, really nice cake. I'm going to put a little thin layer of icing on this. We are celebrating a special, special day. We're celebrating a birthday. And birthdays mean you go all out. You do something just a little bit different. So here we just have a thin layer of icing. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and come back to it after a few minutes. About 10 minutes, if we have 10 minutes. And we'll decorate it for realsies. So you just finished icing your cake, and if you had a whole lot more time, then you could make yourself a panda cake like I have made for my niece for her birthday. This is her 16th birthday, so this is a big one. She loves pandas. So I went ahead and made her a little panda cake to go on top of my 9-inch round carrot cake. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to make my super delicious cream cheese icing and my fantastic carrot cake. Remember, you can use a box, and instead of oil, or use some oil, and substitute in some applesauce and some of that honey nut cream cheese, and you're gonna have a really super delicious cake. I hope you give it a try. Thanks for joining me. This is Holly in the Claremont House Bed and Breakfast Kitchen. And I forgot to tell you, this panda is made entirely out of cream cheese icing. The white is obviously your regular cream cheese icing, and the black is cream cheese icing with cocoa powder replacing some of the powdered sugar. It's brilliant and it's tasty. I used the special dark cocoa powder, and then I added just a little bit of black food coloring, not a whole lot, and you have this gorgeous, yummy, yummy, yummy carrot cake panda with a white and dark, dark brown cream cheese icing. I hope you give this a try. It's really good, and it works really well on cupcakes as well.